Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're wandering through a desert and every corner you turn leads to more sand, more heat, more frustration? Maybe it's not a literal desert, but a desert in your career, your relationships, or your personal journey. You see others moving forward, but you feel like you're just going in circles. Often the soundtrack to this feeling is a constant low hum of complaint. It's that voice in our head, and sometimes out loud, that points out everything that's wrong, everything that's unfair, everything that's holding us back. We complain about the traffic, the weather, our boss, our circumstances. It feels justified, right? But what if this habit of complaining is the very thing keeping us stuck in the desert? What if it's the invisible chain holding us back from the life we're meant to live? Today we're going to explore this idea through a biblical lens, discovering how letting go of complaining can unlock a future filled with purpose, gratitude, and forward motion. This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about a profound spiritual shift that can change everything. This isn't a new problem. In fact, it's a story as old as time, and we can find a powerful example of it right in the pages of the Bible. Let's go back thousands of years to the story of the Israelites. After being freed from slavery in Egypt, a miraculous, undeniable act of God, they were on their way to the Promised Land, a land described as flowing with milk and honey. It was the ultimate destination, the dream they had longed for. But the journey wasn't easy. It took them through the wilderness, a vast and intimidating desert. And what happened? They started to complain. They complained about the food, wishing they were back in Egypt where they had pots of meat. They forgot they were slaves there. They only remembered the food. They complained about the lack of water. They complained about their leader, Moses. They complained about the challenges ahead. Their focus shifted from the promise of their destination to the problems of their journey. Every complaint was like a step backward, a vote of no confidence in the God who had just parted the Red Sea for them. The Bible tells us in Numbers that their constant grumbling displeased the Lord. Their journey, which should have taken a relatively short time, stretched into 40 long years. A whole generation, because of their persistent complaining and lack of faith, never even set foot in the Promised Land. They were so fixated on the hardships of the desert that they missed the destination. This story serves as a powerful warning. Complaining doesn't just make us feel bad. It can literally keep us wandering in our own personal wilderness, preventing us from reaching the promises God has for us. It erodes our faith, blinds us to miracles, and anchors us to our past struggles instead of propelling us toward our future blessings. So, if complaining is the chain that holds us back, what's the key that sets us free? The Bible offers a clear and powerful alternative: gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's a fundamental shift in perspective. It's choosing to see the good, even when things are difficult. Paul tells us in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." Notice it doesn't say give thanks for all circumstances. We don't have to be thankful for sickness, loss, or hardship, but it says to give thanks in all circumstances. This means that even in the midst of the desert, we can find things to be grateful for. The Israelites had manna from heaven every single day, a miracle of provision, yet they complained. They had a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night, a constant reminder of God's presence and guidance, yet they focused on the lack. Gratitude is the act of intentionally focusing on the manna, on the pillar of fire, instead of the sand and the heat. It's a conscious choice to magnify our blessings instead of our burdens. When we complain, our world shrinks down to the size of our problem. But when we practice gratitude, our world expands. We start to notice the small miracles, the sunrise, the kindness of a stranger, the strength we didn't know we had. This isn't about ignoring our problems. It's about changing our focus. Complaining puts our problems in the spotlight, making them seem huge and insurmountable. Gratitude puts God in the spotlight, reminding us that He is bigger than any problem we face. It shifts our energy from complaining about what's wrong to thanking God for what's right. And that shift has the power to transform our entire life. Okay, so we understand the problem with complaining and the power of gratitude. But how do we actually make that shift? How do we go from being a chronic complainer to a person of genuine gratitude, especially when life is genuinely hard? The Bible gives us practical steps. First, we need to become aware. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Start paying attention to your thoughts and words. How often do you complain in a day? You might be surprised. The first step is simply to notice it without judgment. Just observe. The second step is a conscious replacement. The Apostle Paul writes in Philippians 4:8, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." When you catch yourself about to complain, stop, and intentionally, deliberately, find something to be thankful for instead. This is where a gratitude journal can be a game changer. Every day, write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. This practice literally retrains your brain to look for the good. Third, bring it to God in prayer. Philippians 4:6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Instead of complaining about your problems, talk to God about them. Pour out your heart, your frustrations, your fears. But, and this is key, do it with thanksgiving. Thank Him that He is listening. Thank Him that He is in control. Thank Him for His past faithfulness. This turns a complaint session into a worship session. Finally, take proactive action. Complaining is passive. It keeps us stuck. Ask yourself, is there one small step I can take to improve this situation? Instead of complaining about a messy house, maybe spend 5 minutes tidying one small area. Instead of complaining about being lonely, maybe send a text to a friend. Action breaks the cycle of helplessness that complaining creates. These aren't magic tricks. They are spiritual disciplines. They take practice and intention. But they are the practical steps that lead us out of the desert of complaining and into the promised land of a faith-filled, purposeful life. Imagine those people we saw at the beginning, stuck in traffic, frustrated at their desk, looking out a rainy window with a sense of defeat. Now picture them again. The person in traffic is listening to an uplifting podcast, using the time to learn. The person at the desk is taking a deep breath, writing down 3 things they're grateful for before starting a challenging task. The person looking out the window is smiling, appreciating the way the rain nourishes the earth. Nothing about their external circumstances necessarily changed. The traffic is still there, the work is still challenging, the rain is still falling. But everything about their internal world has been transformed. They've traded complaining for gratitude, stagnation for action, and despair for hope. This is the invitation for every one of us. The journey out of your personal wilderness begins with a single choice, the choice to stop complaining and start giving thanks. It's a choice to stop rehearsing your problems and start recounting your blessings. It's a choice to trust that God's plan for you is good even when the path is difficult. Your promised land is waiting. It's a future of purpose, peace, and forward momentum. Don't let the habit of complaining keep you wandering for 40 years. Today you can take the first step out of the desert. Embrace gratitude, take action in faith, and watch as God leads you into the abundant life He has promised. The journey won't always be easy, but with a grateful heart, you'll see His guidance every step of the way. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing for more reflections on faith and life.